Hanch taim you no get him clean.
Hanch time you don't come around here.
Why are you helping me?
My mother was taken by the mountain. You ended the reaping.
Joby nuts are powerful medicine. You sure about this?
Pretty sure.
You were there. Tell us everything that happened. Did she take anything? Drink anything?
It's like I told Miller. She was eating one of your rations. Why?
Because she might have been poisoned, that's why.
Niylah, that's enough. She's his sister.
Abby, there's no more algae. You won't survive another century.
All the cabby feels individually and together. So starting out with the base, I am taking Maybelline Fit Me in Classic Ivory, as well as some Revlon pressed powder. Then going in with brows, taking a mocha from the Dominic Cosmetics Latte palette, and I am tracing the upper border of my eyebrow just to set the illusion of thinner looking brows. Jessica Harmon / Niylah, her brows aren't too cartoon thin, but it's between medium density and thin. So now taking this shade, which names I have forgotten of, but taking also caramel, taking caramel into the crease first, and then going in with a slightly darker shade just to help give my crease a little bit of dimension and structure. So small end first and then blending that out with the bigger end. Then I'm taking the same mocha shade and using my brow brush once again just to add an eyeliner to my lash line just to help make my lashes look a bit fuller. Then some lashes, Maybelline Lash Sensational. Now for the hair, I'm taking a small section up at the top of my head. Niylah's hairstyle for the third season, well her first hairstyle, was pretty complicated. I mean, the rope braid at the top of her head was the easy part, but she had all these intricate braids which it was difficult to navigate which braid goes where. So once I had the rope braid secured and out of the way, just a little hair tie at the bottom, and then pin it in place because it kept flopping around. I'm taking a small 1.5 inch section from the right side of my head and just fitting it into a basic twist. And then pin it in place, give or take next to the rope braid. And then precisely the same thing with a lower section. A small little twist and pinning it just below the first one. So now on this side, I'm just going to let you watch the time lapse because it's pretty difficult to explain. Even I was not making sense to myself given the fact that I was doing this hairstyle. So I'm just going to let you watch. Yes, I do have it on time lapse, but only on 200. So you'll still be able to see exactly what I'm doing, as it will be a bit too difficult to explain in voiceover, and naturally I'm always all over the place with the voiceovers.
When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight.
Okay, so now that you're all caught up with that, I'm now taking some shoelace, especially with their time, their era, ERA era. They always seem to use this black string-like stuff to tie their hair up with, and Niylah appeared to have some black light string through her hair, so shoelace was about as close as I could get. So adding this into like a plait type pattern just down the hair, and then of course using itself to tie off. Then I'm adding another one just to increase the density.
When you feel the world is over, when you say you feel lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find.
So I was also threading some of the second shoelace through itself just to secure itself. So taking another section, give or take the same width, I'm just redoing the same shoelace trick straight away, using the shoelace as the third strand and then just braiding it itself down. And I was once again threading I was tying it off first, but then threading the lace through itself just to secure it, and then folding it over one of the pin back strands, which I had to readjust. So with a large chunk at the front of my head that was already sitting over my shoulder, I'm just putting this into a basic 3-strand braid, because she had a few other intricate accent braids that weren't laced up. I was also trying to secure it off the bobby pin, but it didn't fit so well, so braided off a little bit more and then found some elastics, and any other braids I decided to do, I just secured off with elastics. As you see here. And like I said, I just added a few other random braids here and there. So this was the first season. Rephrase, this was the third season look. As for the jacket that I've been wearing this whole time, Niylah does have this green light jacket, probably a bit paler than mine. Yes, hers is a lot more disheveled looking and probably a bit more woolen on the underside. So this was about as close as I could get to it. So for the fourth season, she starts to wear a bit more of a skivvy. That sentence didn't make any sense. For her hair, she also has her hairstyle a little bit more relaxed. So I just loosened it from the last hairstyle and then loosening up some more strands. I actually didn't mind that it started to look a little bit disheveled. I mean, quite a lot of female characters do have styled hair, obviously, but it's very unkempt looking because none of them are giving a damn about how their hair looks. So just taking small sections and pinning them back and leaving it with smaller sections out to face frame. She does have shorter hair around her face, but I wasn't too ready to trim the wig just yet. So I left the rope braid the way it was, but then I just added some more tendrils and pinned it back. Like I said, leaving smaller tendrils face framing my face. Go figure. And this is a better look at the skivvy that I actually got from the same store that I found the jacket at. Hers has a buttoned down just through the center of the chest, but this was about as close as I could get. I was mainly aiming for a green skivvy-like top. I wasn't really aiming to get down to the very same pattern detail. So now for her 5th season look, I'm just doing a basic Dutch braid. So finally she doesn't have so many thousands of braids to her hair, she just settled for a Dutch braid just to keep things simple. It's that time of the season where you don't want to have anything too complicated hairstyle wise. And they're fighting a pretty ugly war, no thanks to Bloodarina and Eligius. None of them have time to sit there for 5 minutes braiding their hair down to intricate braids, so for this season Niylah just has a basic Dutch braid. And as you can see, I have left strands sticking out, which this time around I did trim, but I cut them off camera. So make sure that when you are cutting face framing layers around your face on a wig, you aim the scissors downwards. So I only braided it down to about collarbone point and then tied it off. And she does actually have this really long black trench coat type jacket with a leather jacket overlay, like a leather vest or something like that. This was as close as I could get. This is my version of a 5th season look. As for the 6th season, I just put back on the green shirt. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you all for my future videos.